Guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am scrapbooking this photo from Castle Air Museum. Yes, I still have a couple random photos left of that. I decided to bring in this scrapping reflection stencil and also this SCT sampler because it's got some travel stuff in it. So let's see what I can do. Well guys, this layout comes together pretty quickly, and it's not a big shock because it is an airplane layout, and you know I love doing the airplane layout, so sometimes things just work together. Now what took the longest was my mixed media drying, so I actually put it to the side, let it dry. I scrapbooked another layout while I was waiting for that to dry. Normally I get impatient and I use my heat tool and just start heat tooling the heck out of it to have it dry, but this time I just decided, you know what, patience is a good thing. So I am using this metallic Chroma Glaze. This is from Brutus Monroe. This is the copper color. Now Chroma Glaze is a very wet medium. It is not exactly liquid, but it's not like a hefty solid either. So there is spillage that comes out from underneath of the stencil. Now you can combat this a couple ways. You could have combined your Chroma Glaze with some modeling paste or texture paste or something like that to give it a little bit more of a thickness. You could have used pixie spray on the back of your stencil and sprayed the stencil so that it stuck more to the paper. You can also work the medium less. So as you can see, I was swiping it all over the place, up, down, around, whatever. I was working it like, work it girl, like that kind of thing, okay? If you don't do that, you're not going to get as much seepage either. Now, a lot of the time, seepage does not bother me. In this case, doesn't really bother me. Like, you can tell that these are airplanes. You can tell that they're airplanes for the ones that I did not completely cover. You can tell that they're airplanes that have seepage, so it's not a big deal. I did go diagonally from the top left to the bottom right, just because I knew that my photo, just one, and my embellishments were going to be pretty much in the center of the page. So this is not an exact half and half layout. I know that Shamal's class is wrapping up or just wrapped up or it's about wrapping up. I bought the class. I watched the first 2 lessons. I haven't done anything else with it. I should probably, after I'm finished these voiceovers, put the class on and while I'm scrapbooking. I'm weird like that when I take a online class, unless it's a live class and you're actually scrapbooking with somebody. If it's a pre-recorded class, I usually watch the class while I'm just doing my own scrapbooking and then go back and do it again and I scrapbook with them. Does that seem weird? Is that how you do? How do you take your online classes? Just curious. So I am using that SCT sampler kit and I am just pulling bits and pieces out of it and I am layering the heck out of this thing. And yes, flowers go with airplanes just fine. Now you might be looking at this and being like, why the heck is she putting a happy birthday banner on this photo? There's nothing birthday about it, but there actually is. So we took Christopher to the Castle Air Museum for his birthday a couple years ago, and it was an experience. Okay, my husband works in the airline industry. If you didn't know, or if you didn't realize that with all the airplane photos and such things, but he has loved airplanes since he was a little boy. So he is passionate about them. Which is good that he's passionate about his work, but he also just really loves airplanes. And that passion of his has come through to me in the fact that I like scrapbooking the airplanes. I also really love to fly, like really love to fly. One of my favorite things in the world to do, truly. And I don't know why, I just love it. It's just fun for me. So yeah. So I am taking all of the bits and pieces from my sampler kit and I'm just building up these layers. I'm adding little bits and pieces. I'm making sure that I have a good combo of this orangey color, the teal color, and the navy blue color. and there's varying shades of each one of these throughout the entire layout. Now, I felt like I needed a little bit more of that dark blue. It felt like the geotag paper that is kind of off to the side here as a crooked photo mat felt very like, bam, here it is in your face. So I pulled out these stickers, these geotag stickers, and placed it down here at the bottom, and it just feels more cohesive to me. It's like the photo's being hugged by that dark blue color, and it's not a, like, I just threw this dark blue color in here as a statement piece, which I have done in the past. Now, sometimes there is a layout where I will have like one shock of color that coordinates, but it's just that one place. Or I could have one shock of color that is just like a complete and utter shock. But for this layout, I wanted it to be a little bit more cohesive. I wanted the layout to be cohesive because the albums that it is going into, even though they are all obviously airplane themed because we were at the Castle Air Museum, there isn't anything else in that album that makes it cohesive. There's nothing through all of the layouts that are the same. There's just nothing. Different styles, different colors, different everything, which is fine because I like it. So, but I wanted the layout itself to feel cohesive, since the album will not have a cohesive theme or motif or something throughout the entire thing besides airplanes. Does that make sense? I feel like I'm doing a really poor job of explaining it. It makes sense in my head and it makes sense in my heart. And I know that that sounds super cheesy, but let me just tell you something. If you're not feeling it, then you're not going to enjoy it and you're not going to be happy with it. And it's just, the feelings for the scrapbooking are just as important to me as the design and the reason why behind it. And I'm, a self-proclaimed emotional scrapbooker, and I'm cool with that. So I am straightening up my mess here. I put everything back into its little sampler bag. Now, I did clean out the sampler bag after this. I have I think I have probably like one more layout that I can make happen with what I have left, and then the extra little teeny bits will go into my stash. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again real soon for another video.